in fan magazines with a gun barrel pointed in his mouth, and promotes material that seems to glorify suicide. Here we have one of the highest rates of teen suicide of any country in the world. The rate has gone up 300% in the last decade among young people, while it's remained constant among adults. Do you think it's a responsible act for a record company to put out a song glorifying suicide, and for the artist to promote the album by putting a gun in his mouth in a suicidal, in a simulation of suicide?
I would not like to be the one to tell a record company or an artist what to do. I certainly think the picture that you describe is deplorable, and if I found that in my home, I would talk to my kids about it and get rid of it.
It's my understanding that you have to leave.
We now leave this program for our regularly scheduled program update. We'll return to this program in just a few moments. Good morning. It's just before 1 a.m. here in the nation's capital, and you're watching C-SPAN, America's network. Join us beginning September 25th as we travel to Indianapolis, Indiana, as part of our States of the Nation tour. Here's a look at our schedule. At 3:25 a.m. Eastern, 12:25 a.m. Pacific, we'll show you a speech by Reverend Jesse Jackson. Following that, a program on security issues from a Pacific perspective at 4:05 a.m. Eastern. At 5:05 a.m. Eastern, 2:05 a.m. Pacific, the National Press Club hosts Speaker Geraldine Ferraro. Then at 6:05 a.m. Eastern, the Senate Foreign Relations Committee holds a hearing on Mideastern arms sales. Later today on C-SPAN,
there would no longer be the means for writing one note. True that.
Yes, I have an appointment with NASA at noon, and if it's possible, I would like to go to that, but I also really appreciate being able to discuss this with you all, and I'm happy to stay if I can handle that.
Let me ask if are there any more questions?
Mr. Chairman, I will stop my questions at this point and wish Mr. Denver good luck in getting on the space shuttle.
Thanks very much. I appreciate that.
Senator Axon has a question, and I think Senator Pressler does.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
This is a lazy conductor. He's smoking blunt and sort of doing the show with the rest, but the orchestra knows the piece so well that it doesn't matter.
In fact, I think I know you.
And he forgets where he is. He can't hear the orchestra because he's deaf. So he struggles along, trying to catch up. The flutist is sending him signals. Watch my gestures, so the conductor sort of lets the flutist lead and backs off and finishes his cigarette, and the orchestra is playing on autopilot. So he drops the cigarette. He's probably 95 years old or something. He's conducting well.
Labels, are you for or against, or are you for or against any kind of a rating, as long as it's done voluntarily between the record companies and the producers? That's my key question, and I would simply say one more time, which I said every time I've had this microphone this morning. I think it's wrong to imply that although no bills have introduced, bills might not be introduced, and I want to hold that.
It's catching him by surprise. He can't keep up. And the trumpets take over, and the violets come in, and just gradually he gets it again, and he's on a track again. Now he's lost it. Oh my goodness, he's too busy listening to CPAC on his earplug. And he's messing around with it, and he doesn't know what to do anymore. And the hand starts shaking on his own. And the orchestra looks at each other and says, oh, the old man's got shakes. Well, okay, first violinist, you do your thing. And the violinist stands up and addresses the orchestra. Meanwhile, the old geezer back there probably having some convulsions. We were wondering where he is because he's had a seizure. Oh my, he's an old guy. Yep, but they wanted him on stage and they had him contractually obligated.
What high meant to me, and then I said to them,
yep, he had a contract with
that is how I feel having the opportunity to
Zalfir Records in the Soviet Union back in the day, right? And they had like 1,000,001 orchestras, so they needed lots of conductors to get these 100-year-old guys. They were in the Navy. They got the shakes, man. Too many hours on books with the boom, 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 the cannons going off. Well, it's like 1812 orchestra all over again, right? Okay, so he's going to pick up. Now he's being frenetic and all while he's looking at the flutist who's telling him, come on.
Next we have Mr. D. Snyder, the Twisted Sister, Freefall Talent Group.
And he's on a run, picking up the 3/4 time and instructing for cacophony to come. There's nothing to conducting, you know? It's about looking mean at the orchestra and doing this. Push the wrong button. Push the button. I don't know. And distance 1 meter. So he's really flying now. He knows the end is in sight. And he's gonna go home to his wife and say, Mom, coo. They kept me later than they should have. So he finds a stick to conduct with. Oh, that makes it easier. He's sweating. He's an old guy, right? 95 years old? What's he doing conducting out there? He got the long hair too, right? They all do. Yeah, gotta look the part. Sorry, take out the glasses. So he's conducting with. And he's reading his wife's letter that she wrote when she was still his girlfriend. You know those kind of passionate letters that you write. Oh, dear Emmy. Okay, that's the end of the piece. Heavy metal. Black influence, they don't. They would be rather invisible. He's setting up the percussive elements. Basically taking a break here. It doesn't really matter. The trumpeter's the only one playing. He can do what he likes. Oh. He's got to look like he's doing something. You never know when someone from the Ministry of Truth and Information is there watching the guy saying, he's not doing his job properly. What's the matter with the old guy? He's only 95. Surely these conductors can get them right into the grave, yep. Do one last concert, please. And they go. But I can barely hold the, whatever this is. Okay, folks. Enough of this nonsense.
Furthermore, the reader of this article is led to believe that the three lines she quotes go together in the song, when, as you can see from reading the lyrics, the first two lines she cites are an edited phrase from the second verse, and the third line is a misquote of a line from the chorus. That the writer could misquote me is curious, since we make it a point to print all our lyrics on the inner sleeve of every album.
I'm sure I'm out of focus. Like crazy. Whoops.